Hello. Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Same Old Podcast, episode 34. And we are 2 weeks away till 2024.
Your countdowns. I live for your countdown.
You
So
love my
good
little
about myself.
countdowns.
They don't make me feel anxious at all about the fact that I have done zero Christmas shopping.
Girl, don't worry. Neither have I, honestly.
It's
Like,
okay. Um, Event coming up in about 5 weeks from now.
yeah.
Arnold coming out from 11 weeks from now.
Mm.
Congratulations.
Whoop whoop. Congrats, girl. Like, we were literally just talking. We were like, should we just start the podcast? Like, I'm
Because
so excited.
babe, those like pre-podcast and post-podcast are like the real podcast,
I
So I'm like,
know.
might as well we just like jump on in there and then do the intro later. But
Yeah.
yeah, congratulations, baby girl. I mean, I'm so happy.
Yay.
You gave me the news. Like when you text me in the morning, you were like, this is me. Like Phoebe sent me a picture of her basically looking at the screen and kind of like obsessing with the screen. And knowing that it's like late at night for her, I'm like, watch, this is going to like be
It-
uploaded like either at 12 or either at 6 p.m. What time did
yeah.
it actually uploaded? Like I
So
don't
it
even
was it was in between because you said because I was like, do I go to bed? And the hilarious thing is I was like looking at my phone like because I was like they said Friday, but they didn't give a time. Whereas like usually like last time they gave a time, I'm pretty sure. And like I swear, because like it literally was on the dot and I refreshed my screen and it was everywhere. The Arnolds last year, I remember. Whereas this year it was like coming Friday and I was like, okay, cool. Like but where are you based? Are you EST? Are you like PST? Like what's the jazz? Like what's going on? Because I'm like 12 hours ahead of all of you. So give me a date, give me a
Phoebe would
time.
be like, I would be like, Phoebe, just go with the flow. She's like, yes, but like, is the flow coming from north or west or like what time exactly is the flow coming
Which
around?
direction? Which direction are we going? Like I was like, I just want details. So I was literally like, where are you? And you were like, literally you were like just go to bed and I was like I'm too excited, I can't go to bed. And it was funny because I was literally like I'm deciding whether to or not to have like a little treat before the list comes out or not. And then I was like I'm joking but also side eye. um and you were like it'll be either noon or 6 p.m. EST. And I think when you said that, literally like a few hours later it went up, which I don't know if I think it was like in between, to be fair. um, so yeah, super exciting. Very, very excited for that. And I was literally just saying to you before, like, obviously it's given us more time. So last time they told us at 8 weeks out, they told us at 11 weeks out now. Um, but I feel rested already. Like I feel good, like I feel like in a good spot, mentally, physically, and stuff like that. Like I don't feel tired already. Like entering last year's or this year's Arnold's prep was tough because I was already mentally fatigued. So that's why I don't think I saw it through all the way. Whereas I already feel kind of refreshed, and obviously I know it's not long, but yeah, that's kind of my like
It's
how I
not
feel about
long,
it.
but I think the timing is right where like we're
Mm,
gonna be able to set our minds straight before the holidays, kind of
yeah.
like accepting the fact that like we're prepping and we ain't having no holidays, ain't having no birthday for me. So it's all the things that you just kind of accept and you wrap your head around and
Mm,
getting excited, and it's not going to be rushed like our event. You wanted to like bring the girls out for brunch. We won't be having brunch. Like it's all of those things that we can
yeah.
adjust and kind of have time for it. And it's not really, I mean, the Arnold fault. Like it's just, it always has been March, and they always kind of gave the same timeline. The ick has been like the Olympia because of that one year that they had to switch everything around because of
Yeah, because of COVID.
COVID. And
Because of
I don't want
vid.
because of that, I don't want to get canceled over here. And yeah, that's what has been kind of like messing everything up. But the
Mm.
Arnold list is out. I mean, my first reaction, I mean, when you sent it to me, because I was not looking at my screen, but my first reaction was like, what an interesting lineup. What do
I
you have to say
know.
about that?
You literally said that exactly that. You were like, "What an interesting line." My first reaction, honestly, like, and it's funny because I was literally today I was listening to the our previous podcast that we already filmed that hasn't been released yet, but we were speaking about Angelica, and I was like, I'm competing with that. Like you've competed with Angelica, but I was like, I'm actually going to step on stage with Angelica. Like, what? What? Like like that was my first kind of thought, like, wow, like I'm getting to step on stage with her. Like super, super exciting. And the rest of the list, honestly, the girls are absolutely amazing. And what I love the most is there's a lot more people from all just generally all over the world. So we've got Octavia, she's from Italy. Then you've got Ivana, she's obviously from
Same.
Spain. And then I can't, is it Amanda? Yeah, Amanda. Is she from Brazil?
I think she's Brazilian, but I'm not sure if I think so. Oh my God, she's such a sweetheart, by the way. Oh my God, I remember at the meet and greet, her mom came to me and she was like,
Oh,
this is my girl. She's actually competing with you. And then she came to me backstage to take a picture, but I was like, so sweet, such a cute, like, I mean, she's so
that's
beautiful
so
and yeah.
sweet.
So no,
I
it's
love
gonna
that.
you, my little UK
Yeah.
champ,
And
my little
there's a lot
Dubai.
of people that haven't done the Arnolds before. So there's one, two, three, four,
We
five,
have seen
six.
Arnold debut.
Half the people are Arnold's debut because Amy's not done it. Neither is
Oh, you're right.
Amy, Amanda, Octavia. Is it Rhoda? Rhoda hasn't done it. She won her pro card at the Arnold this year.
Show, that's cool.
Yeah, so and there's six people. So half people that are, Olympians, champs, and then half people complete newbies, which I love that. I think that's so fun because it just gives people a chance to be able to step on this type of stage like more often and be on one of the best stages in the world. You know what I mean? So that's super, super cool. I think I love that. So I'm super excited to share the stage, if I'm honest.
I
And
mean,
the physiques are great. Like everyone looks absolutely incredible. So I'm so excited. So excited.
I feel like it honestly just hit me. Like, I cannot wait. Actually, like, people don't understand what the Arnold is as a whole. Like, first of all, you need to get an invite. Like, even me, I had no
Yeah.
clue, like, whether or not I was gonna get accepted or not. Like, I needed to send an invite. Like, I don't get any special treatment because I'm the champ. Like, it doesn't matter. And then it's really restricted. It's in Columbus, Ohio, where like the whole entire town, literally, this little town. You go to the supermarket, they know about the Arnold. You go get your hair done, they know about the Arnold. Like, it's the event of the year. It's super cool. You get to, see Arnold, get with the girls. Like, it's always the same stage, which like I love that backstage area. It's probably like my absolute favorite. It just gives off professional vibes. Like, I just love it. I've had like such amazing moments on that backstage area. Like, I can't even. So and the staff is amazing. The pancakes at the hotel is fucking amazing. Like, I just like as a whole, I just cannot wait. And it's a holiday for me, my family. Like, it's just so cool. And I mean, I cannot not say anything about Angelica coming back on stage because I was watching her podcast on Cutler's TV yesterday, like
Mm.
Cutler or whatever, yesterday, and I started it, and she was like, you know, mentioning like my name and how like she like how it evolved like since then, and like that was basically my first time, meeting Angelica, and it has been like so close since, and like we've worked together and stuff. So I don't know now, like she's coming back as a mom, but she's still the realest Angelica like
Yeah.
you've ever met, but it's like a different purpose, but it's still like the same drive. Like, she's just all around amazing. And yes, I'm interested to see because like Angelica, like she's competitive. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I think we all do want it, but it's different kind of like competition. So
Once.
like I'm excited
Yeah.
to see how that goes because I cannot wait to. I mean, the crowd is going to go nuts. I'm going to go nuts, like on
I'm gonna go
stage
nuts. I'm gonna be absolutely screaming when she steps on that stage again. Like
for
it's gonna be
sure.
so fun. It's gonna be
Yeah.
so fun. But no, I think overall, like you said, like everyone, so many people apply for this position, and like you know, hundreds of girls, hundreds of guys apply every year, and generally this was I thought it was going to be 10, but obviously there's 12 in each category, and last year it was obviously 10. Yeah, last year was 10. So obviously it's always limited, so there's always such a small number of people selected. So to be selected, it's literally like, holy crap, like that's incredible, like
Can you
absolutely
imagine like
incredible. Trying to
us walk
pick.
like us walking? I mean, yeah, that's one. Like being able to pick is must be like incredible. I don't know who's on
Hard.
that panel to like choose and decide
Yeah.
who's to go, but it always kind of makes sense. But it's just like again, like I said, an interesting lineup. So who knows who
Mm,
applied, who got denied? Like I really don't know. But if I had like a suggestion for my ladies that are pros, like um well, first of all, you should want to compete with the Arnold because it's such an amazing moment. Like it's just such a great, well-run show. It's been
mm,
run for years and it's been run the same way for years now. So like they've been able to improve so much and they're so athlete oriented. Like we get shuttled to like go shop around if we need to.
mm.
There's like shops really close by, people that know the area. It's great. And yeah, just keep on applying. Like if you get denied, just keep on applying. Try every year. Like and you're gonna get a yes eventually. Like keep showing up. I think that's the best suggestion that I would like suggest, I guess. Like have you ever
Yeah.
been denied? Like just no answer? Like
Yeah. I think it was I think it was twice, because I think I've applied every I'm pretty sure I've applied every year I've been pro. So I turned pro in 2008. So not 2018, because I turned pro in 2018. So I think I applied from 2000 for every year from 2019. So I've been denied. Wait, yeah, 2019 got denied. 2020, and then I won obviously Arnold's in 2021, and then 2022 obviously got the invite. So yeah, so 3 denies and 3 invites. So 6 years I've applied for the Arnolds, which is crazy actually. That's actually mad. I didn't realize that. So yeah, because I've applied every year, because it used to be you have to have placed, because I remember that specifically, because it was like you have to have placed top 5 in your
pro
pro
show.
show of the
Yeah.
previous year. I remember
Yeah.
that, or like previous 2 years or a year, whatever. And I remember 2018 was a really, really successful year for me. And I was like, oh my God, I could, that was my first thought, like, oh my God, I can apply for the Arnold. That's incredible. That's insane. Applied, didn't get it. And I was like, okay, like it was a long shot anyway, completely fine. Like I get it. Like I understand there's so many people, so I totally understand. Did the year of 2019, that was when I came, yeah, did the year of 2019, and that was my first year with Adam. Did loads of shows in the US, kind of branched out to the US, and obviously kind of like competed on that sort of thing. Did the previous year, didn't get an invite, but I went to the Arnolds in 2020. 2020? Yeah. So that was right before COVID. Vid. So
Yeah. Oh my God.
that
When
was
they
right
had like
before.
no on
Right before. Do you remember that day? Were you
when they
doing the
had
show
no
that day?
no girl, no. That's the year I didn't do it and there was no audience.
Yeah.
Like preach the girl that did it that year. Apparently it was like
I
not
was
fun at all.
I was sat there in like I somehow, so they were only letting family members in to the Arnolds, for even for the pro show, for the um oh my God, for the pro show and the amateur. I think the amateurs, they were literally like no one, but I think they were letting
Right.
family members in for the pro show, and like a boyfriend or something like that. Like not,
Got
it
it.
was not plus one. It was not like friends. It was like family members. Like you had to be like a family member. And
Right.
I don't know how I got in. I somehow windled my way in and went in there, and I was able to watch because my friend was there. It was my friend's first ever, my one of my best friend's first ever figure figure Arnold's,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was literally like, I cannot miss her. So I don't know
Yeah.
how I got in. I windowed my way in, don't know how, and watched her, and it was so weird because it was just like when it's just like like elevator music. So like there was like a small undertone of like obviously music when people they were judging, but it was just silent. When you're in an elevator with someone, there's like elevator music going on, and you're just silent because you don't know the person. That's what it was like. I was like, this is so strange. But for the finals, they did let everyone, like the whole finals for the pro show was like everyone could come to it. Um, which was pretty good. And I think
Because
it
it's
was
a
just like
probably or something like that. Like
I
I feel
think
like
they
you could
kind of just
go.
said like I think they kind of just said I don't know what they did, like why it was for finals. I think they had to like pick and choose. I think it was a case of like trying to figure out how many people they could have, or like if I don't know. I have no clue why it was like that for prejudging, but for finals it was fully packed, completely fully packed. Um,
Oh, that's interesting because I know it kind
mm,
of carried over the year after because we got tested the year after.
yeah, for what's it,
And
2021?
and my parents, yeah, and my parents like came with like full on mask at the time. Like,
Yeah. Oh my
yeah.
God, what a wild time. But yeah, I remember I came to the Arnolds 2020, and that was my first experience at the Arnolds. Absolutely incredible, like amazing. And obviously I applied that year, and I remember watching, I was like, one day I will be up there. Like I will be up there. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it one day. And like it's crazy to even say like now, like I'm like, wow, I've won an Arnold, like obviously the UK, and now my third year I've been invited back. Like it's it's a really big full circle moment for me, and I love to kind of like look at it in that way, and kind of like it's nice that I just reminisced on that because I didn't actually I forgot about that. Like obviously you only really remember sometimes the like positives, like oh yeah, I've been invited 3 times, but like I've also been denied 3 times. So
It just shows who you are
crazy.
as an athlete
But
and like your journey. Like I think it's super cool. So
mm,
so yeah, I mean we're in.
mm,
We're in.
I love
So we're
it.
in. We're 11
What was your first Arnold? What was your
2000
first Arnold?
20 2019.
Oh, 2019.
I
Nice.
skipped
How was your
my
first experience at the Arnold?
I mean, this show is so well ran. Like the
Mm.
pause is just because it was and how it was and has been my worst placing in my entire career, and
Oh
that's
yes.
so that's why
Yeah.
it's very like paradoxical. I don't even know if that's a word, but like it's very
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
my worst placing, but also like my best placing in my career. So it's part of my story. Like the Arnold's always going to have such a special place for me. It's the
Yeah.
first show that my parents came to see me. Um, loads of things why like the Arnold is so special for me. But yeah, yeah, the Arnold
Ah, that's
2019
exciting.
was the worst placing in my career. Um,
But
so
it's
that's
cool
why.
because you can look back, like you said to me, you can look back on it. It's part of your journey, part of your story. And
Oh,
it's
girl, I
like
wouldn't change
incredible.
anything
Mm.
from that. Like, it really went downhill from there. Like, that was just my worst placing. But after that, like, all my personal, like, really went downhill, and all my
Yeah.
choices were like a fucking mess. So, like,
Yeah.
it just, now looking back, I'm like, okay, this is what happens. This is like, I made those decisions at the time thinking so little of me, like because of a placing, and then I wanted to change everything in my personal life, and I just thought like that was it. But I could
Yeah.
have stayed like mature about it and like process it like a normal human being. But it was such a crazy time where like I think, after 2018, like such a successful year, like I'm finishing second at the Olympia, like the hype is on, blah blah blah. And there's just a lot of pressure, I guess. And I was on to the next one. And I remember I don't think Angelica did that Arnold that year, so I was like, it was like by default, like it was
No.
going to be me. You know how like Arnold and the Olympia is kind of
Yeah.
like in together. It's kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
well, if Miss Olympia shows up at the Arnold, like she better not lose her title over there. So, you
Yeah.
know, there's two Miss Olympias right now that are not doing the Arnold, and I completely understand. Like Christopher Bumstead, like he's not going to do the Arnold because he wants to take that rest, and that's what he tells. That's what he was saying on his podcast. Like when he goes on off season and he sees his competitor going to the Arnold, he's like, I'm already 8 months ahead of you when like you're competing at the Arnold. Like I'm training,
Yeah.
I'm resting. So like the girls that are Miss Olympia, like you own qualification for life. So they're able to do that and rest. So I get that, but I think
Yeah.
I don't know, like I had the question like, okay, if you win the Arnold, like would you still, if you win the Olympia, would you still compete the Arnold? And I had a long like talk with like myself and like my parents and all these things and like my close one, my coach, and I'm like, it's such a great title to have, like an Arnold Classic champion. Like I just think like it's so great on the pedigree. So I don't know. I think I'm always gonna be doing the Arnold as long as I compete. Like
Yeah.
that's my thought on it. But um yeah, where I was going with that, I can't remember really what the question was.
No, but
But
I think
overall
it's
it's just like a it's
good.
just a good it's just a good moment, and it's like yes, it's close. Yes, is this, yes, is that, but like we're in for a little challenge. Like that's why we're doing this thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
And it's
excited.
exciting. Like you said, it's a great show to be able to do, to be able to have that type of title, and for you to kind of come back for a three-peat. Do you know what I mean? Like you want to come back for your three-peat moment, you know?
Yeah,
So that's super exciting. And I mean, we have a
yeah.
bunch of questions obviously to kind of get through today, which will be super exciting because obviously y'all have been wanting to know obviously how we're feeling and just stuff like that, just with the Arnold prep. So should I get into like the questions and just ask away and we can kind of dive on in?
Let's dive in.
Let's go. I mean, let's just start off simple. Like generally, like someone's just what a few asked has have asked, what is your mindset now versus what it was like for the Olympia? So, what is your mindset now going into the Arnold versus what it was for the Olympia?
You want to start?
I think mine's just the same. I think for me, I have a
You're
little bit
feeling good.
more.
You're feeling freaking good. Like, can we just
I'm
have a moment
fired
on?
the fuck up. I'm fired the fuck up. I'm not gonna lie. I feel.
I'm still here for this right now. Oh,
I feel like so for me personally, because I have, it's almost like this is like my redemption era because my first Arnold, obviously 2022, didn't bring my best shape. It was a good showing, happy with it. The prep wasn't great, didn't bring a best shape. Last year, obviously, didn't complete the prep. So this year, I'm like, I know I can bring like what I need to bring, and I haven't brought it to the Arnold stage specifically yet, like Ohio stage yet. So that needs to fucking happen. So it's like a different energy. So like for me, I think it's not. Don't get me wrong. I'm still. I would say the mindset is still the same as the Olympia, but I think the drive is honestly so much higher for me right
like
now. Anyway, like
super.
I feel so much more. Yeah, I feel more motivated. I feel more like drive for this. I don't know why, because
There's,
obviously
oh,
both shows are epic.
there's just more to it.
Yeah.
There's more to it. That's all it is.
Mm. I think for me, generally, I actually have, I don't know why, I feel like I have less pressure. So I think for me, I obviously talk to me in about a couple of weeks' time, but um, I feel less pressure going into this prep because I'm solely focused on just bringing my best. Like that's my aim. That's what I have already, like locked in, which I should have that for the Olympia. But I think this Olympia, I definitely went in with the I need to make top 10. If I make top 10, if I don't make top 10, this is it. Like that was the kind of drive I had versus I'm bringing my best to this Arnold, let's fucking go type thing. Um, I kind of sat down with myself with that like mindset the other day because I was looking over the questions and I was like, what is my mind like? Why do I feel so much more fired up this time versus the Olympia? And I think that was probably the reason. It was different drives. There was different kind of motivation, different, I don't know, determination driving my prep, if that makes sense. And obviously, don't get me wrong, your drive should always be bringing your best. I personally feel like your drive and motivation should always be showing up your best self on stage, regardless of a placing, regardless of anything. Obviously, you can always aim for, placings and winning and all this, but I always feel like the main drive should be I'm bringing my best and whatever happens, happens. So I think I lost that a little bit in the Arnold, the Olympia prep last year, or this year. I keep thinking it was last year.
What do you mean?
Um, I think I lost that like drive to. I was focusing more on, we talk about like the noise. like
Yeah.
focusing on like the noise of like, oh, like we need to get this placing, or we need to try and push for this, or we need to try and do this. We need to make sure that I'm like representing my country. That was what I was focusing on more versus, or like that was my drive versus just focusing on me, if that makes sense.
Really? No, you
I
never
think
shared.
that I
You never
think that's
really
what it
shared that
was.
before.
No, I think
Or
that's what it was. I was thinking about that the other day because Max was like I don't know, when we got the invite, I went straight down to cardio and I was like going through, and like he was like, "You're such a good mood," and I was like, obviously, one, just got an invite to the Arnolds, and two, I'm so fired up for this, so fired up for this. So
oh,
I think, and don't get me wrong, I was excited for the Olympia. I was very much excited for the Olympia, but again, I
no, it
think
doesn't
then
take away
again,
anything from. It doesn't take away anything. I just didn't know you actually had like different like thought process, like representing your country
I
and
think
like
I
just
did.
because to me,
It's hard. It's a hard one.
what you portrayed on social media was like your physique has changed like dramatically. Like I was like, you ate Phoebe's from last year, so I was like,
Yeah.
she should focus on bringing her best. Like, I mean, but
Mm.
then
Mm-mm. Don't get me wrong. I was focused, definitely focused on bringing my best, but in the back of my mind, I think I was like, I need to make top 10. I need to represent my country. I need to, like, do you know what I mean? That was the underlining of what was pushing me, which is also fine as well. But I don't know. I think for me, I don't know. The drive just feels different this time. Drive
yeah,
definitely feels like it's coming for like I'm just focusing on me. I'm being selfish with that. I'm literally just focusing on myself this time versus, which I was doing anyway, but you know what I mean. It was kind of a bit of a different drive for me, I think. Um
just like
I'm
your
still very much proud though. Still
headphones
very
in,
proud.
you're like headphones in 24/7, DND,
Yeah.
DND, do not disturb. Good.
Yeah. Literally.
That's
What's your
awesome.
mindset? What's your mindset this time versus well, what was your Olympia? What was your mindset going into the Olympia versus now going into this prep?
I don't know.
Do you
I
have
just
you
wanted
processed
like
it?
I mean the Olympia was like probably PTSD from like the last Olympia, like fifth, but I know we knew better. So I was
Mm.
kind of like no man's land. Like I know they wanted like the Arnold look, and I know the leaner I was getting, I was like, I'm not looking like the Arnold at all. Like not at all. It's not true.
Yeah.
But I could see, oh shit, my waist is different. I'm like, oh shit, like I'm more like I look more mature. So I was like, I was very excited about the Olympia, but it was like chipping away, right? Because I was like on a
Mm-hmm.
very like I said, no man's land, like you don't know what's like underneath all that. And the more that I was like, oh crap, like I'm keeping my legs, I'm keeping excuse me, my glutes, like I'm keeping my fullness, but I was in the very like Kim and I were like, oh shit, I think Lauralie, like you're like maturing in your body. Like I'm like, it
Mm.
makes sense. I'm 27. I've been doing that almost for a decade now. So like I'm finally tapping into that more like dense look. Um, which I was like super excited about for the Olympia. I was kind of like going there blindly, and then I kind of like
Mm.
realized I can't even look back at my Arnold stage or like look because to me, my Arnold look was such a tired look. And I knew I wanted to look crispy and healthy. And I
Mm.
was very focused on like the healthy look. So I couldn't compare, like I had no comparison because one, I felt I had time to rest. Three, second, I was healthier. And third, I was just focus on just doing and not really thinking. My past prep, I think and overthink things through so much, but this past Olympia, like I refused to think anything too much, and I think it kept me in such a good, healthy mindset, and I felt like everything was aligned and just so good that I think that's why I got so confused to me, like at the end,
Yeah.
because I was like, it's the first time that like I wouldn't change anything to the prep. Like I just felt so good. It just felt so right. Like nothing felt wrong. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
was my first. I mean, I've had great preps with Kim, but that was like our first like real like. okay, 19 weeks out, chopping down exactly how we wanted to, with stellar blood work, keeping my hormones in check, like going back and forth with communication, being mature about it, being settled, like all these things. So I don't know. I think my mindset was kind of like, and now my mindset is kind of the same. Like, I mean, obviously I have like
Yeah.
a like I have a new goal, which is like to bring my legs down a ton. Um,
Hmm.
so I'm excited for that. I
It's
think,
processing that.
yeah, it's kind of no. I mean, I'm processing the fact that like, okay, do you want to win? Yes. I want to win, so I need to bring my legs down. Like I don't I can't be like boo boo gaga with like, okay, but I want to keep my butt. I want to keep this. No, I don't. I want to win. Like I want to win at the
Yeah.
cost of like having some stringy legs that I don't really enjoy as much as having my curvaceous, like
Yeah.
muscular legs is gonna be different, but I'm super excited to be able to be like, hey, judges, like, I've heard you. I have 11 weeks to fucking make it happen, and you better believe that chap is going to show up and make it fucking
Yeah.
happen. So, like, my mindset is just to make it happen, basically. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I can do is just to make it happen.
Yeah.
I did felt a little bit of pressure, like, not gonna lie. Like, I do feel some kind of pressure, which I've never really felt in the past, like the past Arnold, I want to say. I had no pressure whatsoever, just because I was coming back from like a fifth place at the Olympia, and I think I was like, I've won the Arnold, and I just want to get like through this fucking prep because I was such in like a
It
tired
was
mindset.
long.
So now like that I'm like in a better mindset, I do feel a little bit of pressure-ish, but again, it's just about being able to show up. Like, and if I show up with the same fucking package at the Olympia, I'm gonna be hella disappointed of myself. But I know I'm not gonna let that happen. And I know that
Yeah.
Kim is not gonna let that happen. So even if it's like a little bit 1% closer to what the judge are like wanting from me, then my job is done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do want it to like nail it on the point and not be just 1%, like because I'm in that champion mentality, but like that's all I can say about my mindset right now is just
Yeah.
is just execute and
Execute,
make it
make it
make it
happen.
happen.
I love
Make it
that.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah, and you will, and I have no doubt that you actually will make it happen. Like it's super super exciting. Okay, another question. What are you guys doing differently? So obviously, I know that the last one was obviously about mindset. So specifically, training and diet wise, what are you doing differently for this prep for the Arnold versus the Olympia? I
So
mean,
we
yours
just
is obviously very very different, but
yeah. Yeah, a little bit. So I'm gonna dive into it really quick. What we're doing differently, not changing every variables, um, but we are changing. We changed my split training, so obviously less lower body workout, more circuit based. I have an amazing post on my Instagram. You can actually go see, and every like little details are kind of on there. Uh, and
oh
a
yeah, I
tiny
saw
li
that.
a little less protein just because my body is in that like I said like mature mode, and I I'm able to like grow if I put my mind into it. I just feel like it's just putting your mind into like what you want to happen. So now I put my mind into
Yeah.
bringing my legs down, so little less like no training to failure, like not pushing weight, uh 2-1-2 tempo, like a tempo like
Quick
I don't
tempo.
know. I call it
Yeah.
like general public tempo, like it's just kind of like
Tempo. Yeah.
I'm just
It's
so,
a
you
it's a
know how
smooth
I am.
tempo.
I'm just so intentional with my workouts and stuff. And Kim was like, "Girl, you need to like get away from that, and be more superset,
Yeah.
keeping your heart rate up." And the thing is, like, I can't lose my upper body, right? So like, it's always going to be the struggle of like, how can I bring like muscle density? Like, how can I have literally my body eat out my muscle while not eating my upper body muscle? So it's gonna
Yeah.
be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, like you said, from what you just said with the mentality thing, like where your mindset's at the moment, like you'll make
Yeah.
it happen. So it's like a case of, okay, each taking it day by day, week by week. Okay, what do I need to do this week to make that happen? What do I need to do this? Like you will make it happen. regardless of what time. What do you feel? How do you feel about having to do that? Because obviously, like you said, you enjoy training, you enjoy working out, you enjoy all of that, and you like lifting heavy. We're very similar. We would like to obviously train with purpose. Not like you're not training with purpose now, but obviously it's a very different style. So how do you feel doing that instead?
I like to win more right now.
Fucking love that. Love that. Love that.
It is what it is, you know. I'm
Yeah.
not, like I said, I'm not gonna like tell you anything else. Like, does it like I can say it sucks, but it sucks to not to lose. It sucks to lose. Like, and for now, where I am in my life, in my career, like I have no time to be bitchy about it and be like, I'm just gonna bring my legs and show up the way that I am and like representing like representing hard work. Like I have such amazing following that are like, no, but we love you that way. We love you like, but I love myself like when I'm able to like execute and feeling accomplished and just like showing up, showing like I know I can show up and like take on a challenge. Like, and that's the challenge that I want just because, yeah, I want to win. So, yeah. What about you?
Yes,
What's
love
different?
that.
What's different?
I mean, the last literally, so like the last 6 weeks, we obviously kind of, in terms of trying to recover and stuff like that, we made sure that I brought my training down to probably around 4, 5 days a week. Like sometimes I do five, but generally I'd been hitting more 4 days a week. And I feel like my body's recovered nicely because also I love doing like hit style workouts and like hybrid workouts. I love that style, especially when I have more energy to be able to do that. So I've been doing boxing. I was doing boxing classes. I was doing CrossFit classes, not for like actual like the lifts and stuff like that. I would actually say like, I'm not allowed to do those lifts. So can I do something different? So, but because I didn't want to bring up like traps and like bring all of that into it. But like, I like doing like we were running around the track and then like doing like kettlebell swings and like burpees really, really fast and like punching. Like, I don't know, it brings a different type of style to me. Like that kind of like those endorphins hit differently for me sometimes when I'm in an off season. So I love that type style of workout. So I've been doing those like twice a week. And then obviously one upper body. And then, cause most of the workouts were upper body based. Like if I was punching or like kettlebell swinging or whatever, it'd be upper body based. So I was like, okay, that could be an upper body workout for me if I'm honest. So I do an extra upper body day if I wanted to, or 2 leg days a week. So kind of training around 4 days a week. Now we're obviously switching back into kind of bodybuilding style. So we're obviously pretty much just doing exactly what we were doing for the Olympia. So we're literally just going back to 2 upper body days a week and then 3 lower body days a week at the moment with 2 rest days to make sure that we rest and recover and stuff well. Because I go back to the UK in 5 days. So I'll probably do like one more hit class like tomorrow or something like that. And then that'll be me done. Cardio wise, we've just got 30 minutes in the morning, like nothing too crazy. Food's pretty decent at the moment as well. I have check-in though tomorrow, so it might change, but things seem like good at the moment. Like it's not, nothing's obviously too intense at the moment. So, but no, like nothing, honestly, generally, nothing's massively changed. I did go back to the style of training that I did when I first got into bodybuilding though, for a little bit for my leg days. So I've been training with my group of friends and we've been driving like 30 minutes away to this really, really like good bodybuilding gym. And it was it's funny because like literally on like Friday, we all had hack squat and we were all like doing hack squats like together. I put like knee sleeves on and like we had like 5-minute rest periods and we were shouting at each other for like our top sets and stuff. It was like just a good vibe and I'd miss that. So I think I enjoyed doing that like just enjoying training and doing what I needed to kind of do before then going into this prep and stuff like that. Because I know I need to bring up my actual legs. Like it's funny because you're obviously like, I need to downsize and I'm like, I need to bring them up. So I was like, okay, let's hit quads a little bit more. Let's hit legs a little bit more. So I've obviously been focusing on that a little bit as well. So I'll probably take that into my Arnold's prep and obviously hit legs a little bit more. less, probably less volume on my legs, but like try and obviously go still get strong on them, if that makes sense. So I can kind of keep that density, because that's my issue is your problem. So I lose my legs, whereas you obviously keep your legs and build them. I'm like, I need your problem and you need my problem, if that makes sense. So we need to swap. But yeah, that's what I've kind of been focusing on at the moment. So yeah, that's kind of my changes or game plan for the Arnold's prep.
That's cool. That's cool. And I
Yeah,
mean, obviously it's gonna change. Like what we
yeah,
say today, it might change tomorrow, like you said,
most
depending.
likely.
You know how it works. Like we're not talking in absolutes over here, so anyone that's listening, only take away from this is just have fun with your training. You know, we had a seminar yesterday. We were talking about how girls kind of move on with like definites, you know, like so when do you think I should train only for like rear delts? And like I'm like, when you feel like you want to bring your rear delts up, like period. Like do you like
Yeah,
having rear delts? Like train rear delts if you want to. Like when do you think we should all train to failure? Absolutely not. Like maybe it's not good for your nervous system. Maybe you have like really like cortisol going up and it's actually going to injure your training to train to failure. Like you
yeah.
need to like access your goals. So yeah, definitely having fun with your training while you can. You've been doing his classes, I've been doing like some yoga classes. So like
Yeah,
we're like the same but different. I need my little like
complete opposite. I'm like fucking punching bags, and you're like, all right, let's zen out and everything like that. I actually love it. I love us so much. It's so funny. But yeah, I mean, like I said, enjoy what you need to enjoy. And I always try and make sure, obviously, off season, I am progressing and making sure that things are being done right. But obviously, we're not at our, we're at our peak where we are. We're at our peak of our career where it's all those 1% little things where there's certain things we can't train, there's certain things we can't do anymore. So we find that kind of adrenaline and that like excitement for training in other aspects sometimes. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because I think that was another question is like, someone said to me, well, actually one of my friends asked me, like, do you get bored of like bodybuilding, like just doing the same thing in the gym sometimes? And I'm like, I do. I won't like I do sometimes, like doing the same thing over and over, because there's only so much I can do sometimes. So that's why I like to incorporate those classes when I'm in off season, because I enjoy them. It's a little bit different. It's a challenge, and it can just keep me like still progressing, you know. But I still do love my training sessions. I keep the basics in always, and I never get bored of those. But yeah,
yeah, I think when your joints are healthy and you don't have a lot of cardio and like
oh yeah.
your nervous system is not really like taxed or whatever, like you definitely like can dive into those like new ventures. But yeah, for me, I'm such a bodybuilder at heart. Like if in off season I can like practice my muscle connection and just like my form and like making it like a skill. Like I
Mm.
would do like rear delt flies like till the day I die. Like just because Joe
Oh
Bennett
my
was like,
God.
your
Yeah.
rear delts are actually small. And since he told me that, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking nail those like and like now I have like kind of like a bigger rear delts on like one side and it's bugging me. So like I get so like anal about it, but that's just me. But if you were around, would definitely I would be like, you're going on the class I'm going to. Like you're gonna laugh about me. And like I'm just like, dude, I'm just my coordination like is just not
I'm
happening.
terrible as well. Like I used to be terrible as well, but when you get into it, it's like,
Are
yeah,
you
I don't
though?
know,
Maybe
it just feels good. It
you have
feels
like
so good.
you have cheerleader background. Like I feel like your coordination cannot be bad, like that
They would
bad.
put me at the back of the stage for like dance and stuff. Like I was the tallest girl, the tallest and biggest girl, and like I was the one lifting all of the lifters. I was never at the front. I was always like, I want to be at the front so bad, but I suck. Like I'm not
Oh,
gonna be at the front.
me.
But I'm glad that they didn't, because I did suck, and I really would be like, please don't put me in the front ever, because dance wise I suck. I mean back then anyway. I don't know what it would be like now, but my coordination, well, coordination's better, but yeah.
Wait,
So
did you knew that you sucked and you still like keep doing?
I was trying, like I was trying, like the dance aspects of stuff. It was like, because it's like really like it's very fast and it's very like so like I just couldn't keep up.
You're like, I'm very long. Like you guys like do
You're,
this and I'm still like halfway there. Like
I'm
no.
still putting my arm up and your arm's already down. Like I can't like I have more aerodynamic space. Like I don't know. It takes longer to get there. Like
Oh my
fuck.
God.
But no, I think yeah, it's different again. It's all different for different people. Everyone enjoys different things, and I think as long as you're still enjoying it and you're still progressing and stuff like that. And again, like you even said, obviously you are going to enjoy obviously the process, but you also want to win more. So it's also doing what needs to be done. You know, like if I was doing these hit classes and it was making me grow like a ridiculous amount and like it took away from my bodybuilding career, then obviously I would stop. But I've done this every off season for the last like 2-3 years, and it just
Yeah.
keeps my love for just sport in general. You know,
There you
um.
go.
So yeah,
There you go. It makes
so
sense. It
yeah,
makes sense because if you're in a happy mood, like you're gonna process a ton, like progress a ton. Like I would rather see someone train bodybuilding based gym stuff 3 times a week, max capacity, and then do 3 other things that they love, even if it's like horseback riding. Like I really don't care. Like if
mm,
horseback riding makes you so happy, your 3 other workouts like are gonna be less painful and your body is gonna like be in a better state overall. And yeah, I think it just people need to understand that it's not supposed to be like a dreading process because it's
yeah,
going
like hating the process.
because the progress just won't be there. Like you won't
Mm,
evolve. Like your body's just gonna fight itself. So,
yeah,
be kind
exactly.
to yourself. We're gonna sign off here.
Are we signing
Or
off here?
I think we need to.
Oh,
Do you have one
do
more
you need to
question?
go? Let me try and find one more. I think. To be fair, we covered quite a lot. To be fair, a lot of them are how's your mindset. When does prep start? Obviously, prep has started. What's the
Wait,
trait?
did you had a
What's
meal? Did you had a meal? Like a last meal?
So we went out. I mean, we went out and went to like this little cafe that's just opened up like by us. Like it wasn't like a meal that I've had before, but it was like chicken. It was like chicken satay and fried rice, and a lot of people have said like, oh, it was really nice. So like we went down there. Me and Max just went down there. It was really nice just to like just turn off for like a second. So it wasn't like a big meal, if I'm honest. Like, and to be fair, I kind of was like, I don't really feel like having like something before anyway, to be fair. Like, if it's something small, it's something small. It was chicken and rice, basically. But yeah, it was nice to switch off with Max and just kind of like have that meal, you know? So yeah, we had a meal. Did you have a meal?
No.
No. Did you
I
not?
had the last meal with my parents. It was Peruvian food and chocolate cake. Like
Hmm.
maybe like 2 weeks
That
ago,
was two
maybe.
weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
That was
Yeah.
good. One person has said, what is your weight now? How
I
much are
think
you up? Even we just have yet. I'm 12, no, 13 pounds up. I'm 13 pounds up at the moment. So, um, that's where I'm at
next
the moment.
next episode, I'll have my weight because I need to check in with Kim. But
Yeah.
yeah,
When you
I'm
checking
doing
in?
it today actually.
Ooh.
I actually ate my breakfast already, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But I'm gonna take my weight tomorrow and then take my picture today or something
Which
like
is
that.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because.
See how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. It's there's
Exciting.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it's exciting, but there's no point for me to know my weight for now. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
like, I don't want to know. Don't want to know
Yeah.
if I'm honest. But yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, I don't feel like I've got up a super amount, if I'm honest. Like, I know it's higher, it is a little bit higher. That's going to come down quick, if I'm honest, for me. Once I kind of start getting back into the groove of things again, because my routine with food and stuff has just been a little bit off, where some days generally I'd eaten quite a large amount, obviously bigger meals. Some days I'm just not hungry. So my regulation with kind of like my digestion has just not been great either. So I feel like once I get into a better routine of things with having the same meals every day, having the same consistency, I think it will start to kind of come off very, very easy. So
Yeah. I
plus I'm
mean,
traveling a lot the next couple of weeks. So
there's that, but that helps, right?
that
Like
helps.
that.
That always helps me.
Yeah, it does.
That always helps me. So, but
Yeah.
yes, great episode. Super exciting. And I'm excited because I get to see you in literally 3 weeks. 3 weeks? Wait, shut up. Is
No.
it 3 weeks?
5.
One, two, three, four. 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
Shit.
I slipped it a little bit.
Like,
That was
yeah.
close though.
It's
So
close. I have.
very excited. And guys, if you haven't already got your tickets already for the 14th of January, still tickets available, very limited. I think there's only 5 left for our second event.
I
So first
know.
event sold out, second event only 5 left. So get your tickets now if you want to train with us, have a live podcast, everything. So, but yeah, super excited. And I can't wait to see you.
Me too, babes.
Much love. Have a good rest of your day.
You
Make
too,
sure
babe.
you subscribe, like everything. You guys, make sure you follow along. I think we've almost hit also 100,000 downloads. I think by the next episode, it'll be 100,000 downloads in 2023 because obviously we only started in 2023.
I know, but it
Absolute
hasn't been, yeah,
madness.
it hasn't been a year. It's wild stuff. Wild
Madness.
stuff.
But
Thank
yeah,
you guys so much. Thank you guys so
thank
much. We
you.
love you.
And we'll see you next one.